today's video, I've got 5 easy ways for you to enjoy fall, including some cozy recipes. We're gonna make some caramel apples, vegan Snickerdoodle pumpkin cookies. We've got a simmer pot, which is a natural home fragrance that I love making this time of year, and some practical activities to help you enjoy the season. So let's get started. Good morning, guys. Happy Sunday. It's a little bit early here still, so I'm a bit puffy and tired, but I'm really excited to share these ideas with you. The first one is to make a simmer pot, and this is a natural way to fragrance your home. I think especially in the fall time, it's really nice to have cozy scents, but ever since I've been pregnant, I've been very sensitive to smells. First of all, I think anything too strong or too artificial is just not it for me right now, and I also just want something that is more on the natural side. So making a simmer pot seemed like the perfect thing to do, and it's actually really easy. There are a lot of different ways to make a simmer pot, and on this day I made a rosemary version. So you just want to start with some fragrant fruit as your base. I went for apples and oranges, but lemons work really well too. And then you can pick an herb if you like, if you want it to be more of an herbal scent. I went for rosemary, but you could do thyme, really anything you like. And then I usually will add something like cinnamon sticks or cloves, or a star anise is really good too. There's so many different types of simmer pots, like I said. So any combination that you like would be good, but I just had some dried cinnamon on this day, so that's what I used along with some cloves. And then you want to fill it up with water, bring it to a boil, and let it simmer. I usually have this going for about 2 to 3 hours, and obviously keep an eye on it. One thing that's great about making a simmer pot is, one, you can totally customize it based on what you have on hand, using stuff like cinnamon sticks, whole cloves, lemons, fresh thyme, fresh herbs. All of that can go into a simmer pot, and it can be reused. You could also use scraps, so you don't have to use whole fruit. If you have fruit that is a little overripe and going off, this is a great way to use it up. But if you just have scraps like orange peels or the center of an apple or some herbs that are like kind of on their last leg and you want to kind of use them up, a simmer pot is a great way to do that, because you can kind of put your scraps in there with the water, throw in some cinnamon sticks, throw in some rosemary, whatever you have, and make a really delicious home fragrance that, again, you can use a couple times. So I think it's a really cool option. If you have a favorite simmer pot recipe or combination, please let me know in the comments below. Another thing that makes my house smell so good and is perfect for the fall are these jumbo pumpkin Snickerdoodle cookies. If you love Snickerdoodles, because I mean, cinnamon sugar, it's like a thick, delicious, soft, chewy cookie with buttery, crispy edges. This is that, but with a fall twist. And what I love about it is it makes just enough for one big jumbo bakery style cookie, which is so fun. Or technically you could split it into 2 and have 2 cookies. So this is a perfect recipe if you just want a little sweet treat, something to make for yourself kind of last minute. I keep all the ingredients on hand so I can make these all the time. And I gave Nicholas a bite of the cookie after trying the recipe and perfecting it, and his face said it all. These are so delicious. We're gonna start with our dry ingredients, and I like to fluff up the flour with my spoon and then level it off for an accurate measurement. We're gonna add that to the bowl along with some baking soda, cinnamon, ground ginger, and allspice. This makes these cookies taste so good. And then we're gonna add cream of tartar. You can get this in the spice section at most grocery stores, and it is a quintessential ingredient for Snickerdoodle cookies. It really gives them that classic flavor. Then we'll add some salt and whisk that all together and set it aside. For the wet ingredients, I'm gonna take some softened vegan butter. You wanna make sure this is softened to room temperature. Add your cane sugar and your brown sugar, and then mix this all together with some canned pumpkin. It should be nice and smooth like this. I really like to whisk the wet ingredients so they're super smooth. And then once I add the dry ingredients, I just mix until combined. Then we'll roll this into a ball and coat it in some cinnamon sugar. Then we'll go ahead and bake, and halfway through baking, I like to basically bang the cookie sheet against the rack just to get any air bubbles out and create that nice crackly texture. I love these cookies because they are soft and chewy on the inside with that little hint of fall flavor, but then you get these buttery, crispy edges and that crackly cinnamon sugar on top and all around. That is seriously so good. Recipe below. 3 is something that I did last year and I'm definitely doing again this year, and that is to make a fall list or a fall bucket list. And this is a short and sweet list of a few seasonal activities that you really are looking forward to doing and you're excited about doing. I think there's something about putting it on a list that just helps me to be more intentional, because especially as we get busier going into the end of the year, it can be really easy to put these things off. Say we're gonna do it tomorrow or next weekend or whatever, and then you look up and it's Christmas and you're just like, whoa, where did fall go? That's what happened to me last summer, and that's why I made a fall bucket list last fall. And it really helped me to be just, again, more intentional and really savor the season and be present and do little things. Whenever I found a pocket of time, I would just refer to my list, find something fun to do, and it kind of just eliminated cognitive fatigue. I didn't have to waste all my time trying to remember all the fun things I wanted to do and figure out when to do them. It was just on the list. So if I had a moment, I would look at the list, and it made it a lot easier. So this year's list is short and sweet. I'll put it up on the screen. It was definitely longer last year with more like festivals and walking around to see the lights and all these things. This year, it's short and sweet, and it's all about cozy home comfort. And so for me, number one on the list, I really wanted to make a simmer pot, which I've already done. After that is decorate pumpkins. And this was something that Nicholas really wanted to do again. We did this last year. I'll put some pictures on the screen. We got some pumpkins and some paint markers. So instead of carving them, we had a night where we painted on them, and we both looked on Pinterest for some ideas, and we ended up having so much fun. We had music going, we had candles, we had snacks, and it ended up being his favorite thing that we did last fall, and it was something that we really wanted to do again. So that's on the list, as well as having a fall movie night. And I always like to put a couple of movies on the list too, so that again, I'm not just scrolling and wasting all of my relaxing time trying to pick a movie. I want to have some ideas here on the list ready to go so that I can just pop it on, get cozy, and enjoy. And for me, Practical Magic is high on the list because I've purposely been avoiding that movie for a couple of years so that it feels fresh. There's some movies that I can watch every year, like Hocus Pocus, but some I feel like I need some distance so that I don't get sick of it. And Practical Magic, it is time. Also have read a not too spooky book, make caramel apples, which we're gonna do in this video too, and then some seasonal baking. And again, I put recipes under that I already know I wanna do so that I'm not wasting a bunch of time trying to remember, what did I wanna make? What was that recipe? A lot of times I'll even put a link to the recipe in my notes, and that way it's all there for me ready to go. It takes like 5-10 minutes to make a list like this, and it honestly is just so great. And having it on my phone is really handy. But I know that some people like to make theirs by hand. If you like to draw or do watercolors, this is something that you could do and make a really beautiful fall list and put it up on the fridge. Maybe if you have your friends over or if you have kids in the house, you can all make your fall list and make them really beautiful. I think that would be a fun project in and of itself. Depends on how creative you want to get with it, but I find that just having it on my phone with my notes app is just the easiest, most practical way for me. But however you want to make your fall list, I definitely think you will enjoy it. Number 4 is to start your holiday shopping now. And while it is a little bit early, there's some great deals that are already going on. So you could save some money by getting an early start. But also for me, come holiday season, I feel so much more relaxed if I already know that I am prepared. I have gifts ready for people, and I don't have to stress and scramble to find last minute gifts, because those gifts are never really that good, if I'm being honest. If I give myself a little bit of time to really think about the people that I want to buy gifts for and just spend some time actually looking for something that I think they would really like and taking advantage of those deals, it just helps me so much to feel more prepared. But whatever gifts that you're looking forward to giving people this year, go ahead and start jotting it down on a list now. Get ahead of the curve, take advantage of savings like this, and come holiday season, you will feel so prepared and relaxed. enjoyed this video and got some good ideas. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to check out the description box below for the recipes I shared in this video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.